You know, hey, let's do a blind resume. That's all we got to do is strip the numbers off, put their stats up, offensive numbers, and let's see. Let's see if you're 29th in completion percentage, you're 20th in QBR, you're dead last, you're almost dead last in yards per attempt. Just put that up there, Jenny. Now see, you can't do that because see, you had to put that Brady. Had to put the Brady on the back, and he's a 6-time Super Bowl champ, and he's won 4 MVPs. So then it starts to cloud your judgment. Judge it on this year, Skip Bayless. That's all I ask you to do. And they finally starting to do what I've been asking you to do for the longest of time. Skip, he's been inconsistent, he's been erratic, and he's not the reason they made the playoff. What we've seen is this historic defense is that if they give up 17 or more points, they're losing. Coach Belichick showed you. A minute and 30 seconds in the half with 2 timeouts. Take a knee. 27% completion percentage. That's behind Trubisky, Mason Rudolph, and Kyle Allen. 27th in yards per attempt behind Kyle Allen and Gardner Minshew. Minshew Mania is alive and well in Jacksonville. 19th in QBR. The only playoff quarterback with a worse QBR than Tom Brady is Josh Allen. And somehow Skip Bayless thinks he should be 5th. Based on what? Based on the fact that he's won 6 Super Bowls, or you're basing it on his play this year? That's what I do, Skip Bayless. What Tom Brady has accomplished, he's accomplished. I would never try to wipe that off his resume. But what I will do is critique his play in 2019, and it has not been good. You know that, and finally Pro Football Focus graded him accordingly.
This was actually ESPN.
ESPN. Well, they definitely got it right. Now, you know they don't want to say anything bad about Tom, because you know you say anything bad about the Patriots, they won't let you get no interviews. They already put you in a dark closet, and then make you wait your turn. So you get no access to them.
Yep. So what if we did a blind resume on supporting casts of the current playoff teams?
Let's do that.
Where would New England rank in supporting casts? It would rank dead last by far. It wouldn't even be close. If you start ranking offensive line, Pro Football Focus ranks Tom Brady's offensive line 14th, which I think might be a little high, actually. Then we could start doing running game, which ranks middle of the pack. We could rank wide receivers, who are near the bottom, and we could rank tight ends, who are at the bottom. And if I could read what Pro Football Focus actually wrote about Tom Brady, you just referred to him, so I'll refer to him now. Way to go, Pro Football Focus. Tom Brady has played relatively well, all things considered, having generated a little under 2 wins above replacement. I know that's like a third-level stat, but given what he's had to work with, that's pretty great. However, the rest of the group has been a nightmare, says Pro Football Focus, a nightmare on the supporting cast. Since being acquired from Atlanta for a 2nd-round pick, Mohamed Sanu has averaged less than 1 yard per route run and only 8 yards per catch. That's bust stats right there. That's what that is. That's a bust.
I told you that.
Okay, fine. So you're accepting that as no supporting cast, and he was the key new addition in place of Josh Gordon or Antonio Brown at the wideout position. Again, they're tight ends in place of Gronk. You can't even name, except for maybe Benjamin Watson, who's 39 years of age. You like that, Mr.
It ain't
Sharp?
no next man up for Gronk.
Way to go, way to go. And the tight end group doesn't have anyone over 0.08 yards per route run. I mean, that's just, it's dead last. I'm sorry.
That's not good.
It's hard to win that way. It's hard to move the ball that way. It's hard not to get frustrated that way.
But that's what made Tom Tom. When he didn't have names, when he didn't have a Gronk, when he had Jermaine Wiggins and winning Super Bowls. That's what Tom Brady can take anybody. He can take chicken, you know what, and make a chicken salad and make it make you want to buy more. But now all of a sudden, Tom Brady is 42. He's not the same guy. Let's crush his offense. Because remember, Jenny, before they lost to the Patriots, he had a decent game. Nobody mentioned anything about Julian Edelman playing good. They say Tom. But this is the problem that I have with everybody in Tom Brady. When he plays bad, he has nobody. When he plays good, Tom, are those people playing with him when he plays good and not when he plays bad and not when he plays good? Because I'm confused.
Well, he used to have Julian Edelman, who was pretty good, and I made the case he belongs in the Hall of Fame just off his postseason production.
Okay.
It's lengthy, but it's impressive.
So he's with Tom Brady,
it's
right?
sort of like LeBron-esque. It's over time. It's a longevity record. It's a longevity record where you just played so long.
Blasphemy. You're being overly disrespectful, putting Julian Edelman and
LeBron James.
We haven't hit that debate before.
Who's the tougher guy? Who's got the most guts? I think I'll go Julian Edelman.
Whatever.
Yeah. So Pro Football Focus concludes, unless Julian Edelman and James White can turn back the hands of time, it's going to be difficult for the Patriots to score enough points to win 4 games and repeat as champs.
Think about this, Jenny. If Julian Edelman and James White can turn back the hands of time. But Tom Brady is 11 years and 14 years older than both of those guys. Tom Brady doesn't need to turn back the hands of time, but they do. Let that sink in for a second, Jenny. A 14-year-old, a 42-year-old doesn't need to turn back the hands of time. But the 31-year-old and the 29-year-old or 30-year-old does.
So what do Julian Edelman and James White have in common? They're miniature at their position. They're little miniature guys.
Hello.
That's what you got.
So do you get less points for a touchdown if you're under 6 foot tall?
Yeah.
Skip, don't do that.
The little guys are getting old, and Julian Edelman at 33 is a battered shell of himself.
Whoa.
He's
Skip,
a high-contact player.
Jenny, if you don't mind me asking, Jenny, because, I'm trying to search my stats. I got to go back. Who was Super Bowl MVP last year?
Oh, that guy.
Hold on. If the Super Bowl
guy.
So let me get this. Julian Edelman was Super Bowl MVP almost a year ago. Now he's still. So what is he 33 or 43?
So here's the point of this. If I could take Tom Brady right now at age 42 and put him on a bunch of those teams Jenny has on this list above his 10th ranking, they would be better off right now with Tom Brady. Not Lamar's team, which is number 1, because he couldn't do what Lamar does in that offense, obviously. But then what starts happening? What's 2?
2, we've got Russell Wilson.
I think he would be better right now than Russell Wilson. I just do. Russell Wilson has declined over the last 6 or 8 games.
I remember when Peyton Manning used to have the argument. Said, man, I sure wish I had Bill Belichick as my defensive coordinator and had that defense. I sure there was a lot of guys that played Tom Brady when he had Belichick.
Jenny,
but
who's
now
third on your list?
Drew Brees.
Drew Brees. I'll give you Drew Brees. I think that'd be a push. Who's 4th on your list?
My homeboy.
No,
it'd be close. But listen, if you gave Brady those weapons, it would be devastating what he does because he would be more consistent than Mahomes.
We got to throw the ball. Sometimes you got to throw the ball 60 yards down the field. He ain't got that kind of arm.
Yeah.
There's the one that was
Tannehill ranked above him. What do you think Tom would do if he were on the Titans on Saturday night? What do you think would happen? And Tannehill were on the Patriots. It would be a blowout.
Hold on.
It would be a wipeout. The Patriots aren't very good because they're not very good on defense anymore.
Whoa. They might not have been very good on defense anymore, but the Patriots have never been good on offense this year. Let me take that back, Jay. Let me take that back. I want to take it back. Pittsburgh. Boy, they mopped the floor with Pittsburgh first game of the season. Mopped the floor with them. But ever since then, Skip, what about that?
Yeah, but what did you tell me about my Cowboys? They just piled it up against bad teams. So did New England on defense. They were historically great against bad teams. And then what happened?
When you going to pile it up on good defenses? Your offense, when are you going to do that?
Well, Tom Brady looked really good against Buffalo, but it was a good defense.
Really?
It was a game they had to
win. The first game or the second game?
No, the one 2 games ago.
Oh, but they played Buffalo twice. Yeah. So are we going to disregard that?
Well, they won the first game.
Are we going to disregard that 20?
Deshaun Watson, 6.
I like Deshaun, so maybe it'd be a push.
With that offensive line? You make it seem like Deshaun Watson got a great offensive line.
No, he doesn't. Who's next?
How about my guy, Mr. Cousins?
Kirk Cousins.
So, come on, Tom Brady or Kirk Cousins? Seriously?
Skip.
Is it even a debate?
Next.
Is it even a debate?
Guess who?
Weds.
Hey, you give the Eagles Tom Brady right now, and it'd be lookout above.
Hold on, Skip. You do realize he's throwing the guys he's throwing to are undrafted free agents, like the guys that you have.
Yeah, I love Little Ward Jr.
Oh, you love him now? Oh, you love him now?
And you know what? Boston Scott is electric.
Boston Scott.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, one guy was
Tom Brady would have a ball with him.
Now, Tom Brady has a guy that's won Super Bowl MVP in Julian Edelman, and another guy that has a playoff record, Super Bowl record, 14 catches in a game. But now all of a sudden, these are the same guys that Tom Brady won with. But now all of a sudden they nobody. You see that? You know that, Jenny?
So,
when Tom Brady plays bad, he got nobody. Tom Brady won 6 Super Bowls. They ain't mentioned nothing about Julian Edelman. They ain't mentioned nothing about James White.
That brings us to 9th on Jenny's list by ESPN, and it's Jimmy G, the man Bill Belichick wanted to replace Tom Brady with.
That's why.
If you gave San Francisco Tom Brady right now, it would be over. They would go win the Super Bowl right now.
Coach Belichick says, I know. That's why I wanted to keep Jimmy G, because it would be over if I had